more phone calls? If no, listen up. Want someone local you can work with all year long as opposed to a stranger calling you? October 1 starts Medicare season and November 1 starts healthcare season. David Vidragovich is a local agent and here to help. You call David, you only deal with David. David is local and you can reach him directly at 865-806-5837. Service and product availability varies. According to the internet, 40% of the people do not answer their phone if they do not know the number. My job is to answer your call and help you have the right plan, whether Medicare or healthcare. I am David, licensed insurance agent since 2007, and I live here in East Tennessee. Offices in Anderson and Knox counties. Avoid avoiding phone calls and just call or text. 865-806-5837. If I, David, do not answer, please leave a message.
Houseplants inside for the winter, a sneaky little insect might come in too. Hi, I'm Jody Henke. Fungus gnats live in potting soil and will happily hop to your other plants as you're living the country life.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
Whenever you're online, Living the Country Life is there too. Like us on Facebook and exchange tips and ideas with people who share your love for the country way of life. Follow us on Twitter at Small Farming for timely news and information. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest. See the latest inspired shot from our readers or add a garden tip to your boards. Living the Country Life has all the ideas for your home acreage. Visit us online at livingthecountrylife.com and find us on social media.
If you're looking for new ideas for what to do around your place in the country, register for the Living the Country Life newsletter. Once a week, you'll receive helpful tips in your inbox on a wide variety of seasonal and timely topics, along with so much more. Living the Country Life is for all those people who love to live in the country. Sign up for your free newsletter today by visiting livingthecountrylife.com.
Houseplants, you might have annoying tiny bugs flying around them. They're called fungus gnats and infest the growing medium of potted plants. Jonathan Larson is an extension entomologist at the University of Nebraska. He says fungus gnats lay their eggs in moist soil and the larvae live in the top 2 to 3 inches. The maggots then cause damage by nibbling on the plant roots. When an infested plant is moved, such as when you bring it inside from the outside, they swarm in a black cloud. They'll fly from pot to pot, so you could end up with several generations in different pots. He says one way to prevent them from settling in your houseplant soil is by keeping it on the dry side.
I know that we like to water our plants and keep them healthy, but if you can at least let the top surface of that soil in your pot dry out before you water it again, it'll keep it dry enough in that medium that they won't want to infest it. They like high moisture content in there.
When you buy soil medium, make sure it's been pasteurized. Larson says many people like to dig up soil in the yard and make their own potting mix, but it's also a good way to bring fungus gnats into the pot. Controlling the little buggers can be tricky. One way to start is by hanging a yellow sticky card that you buy at the gardening store. They'll get trapped on the glue, and it might kill enough of them to plummet the population. You can target the maggots with bleach and water.
A 1 part to 10 parts bleach and water solution that you can run through the pot and through the soil, and that will kill the maggots themselves. So that's kind of like cleaning the soil itself.
For biological control, a liquid bacterial drench called Natrol will also kill the larvae. Learn more about controlling fungus gnats at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Roane, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask Ask Your Neighbor, 865-457-1380, or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. That means Ask Your Neighbor's version. David West, stars and stories of the Cas Walker Show. David, Howard, and the crew. We got a crew today. You got the
we got
Heat Hall gang ready to go.
We got special guests. Just get on over here, Howard. Let's get her up here.
Come on here. I don't like to be over here by myself.
Okay, well, you just get right in there.
I know what I'm doing.
Is she okay now on TV?
I'm not real bashful.
No, she's fine. There you go.
She's okay? Okay,
Yep,
you're
good.
on TV already. We got you on.
Okay.
Okay. She comes to us from North Carolina.
North
Yeah,
Carolina.
but I'm a Knoxville, Tennessee girl.
There you go.
For sure.
She's from Knoxville, and she worked on the Cas Walker Show with us.
Yeah.
On a spell.
Oh, yeah.
Played the piano.
Yeah, and sang
You
and all
talk
that kind
about
of
a piano
stuff.
player. Now, she can play your baby grand.
There you go.
She
Oh,
can play.
yeah. It's got to be a baby grand these days.
Yeah.
I don't mess with nothing less.
I told her about playing. I was going to get her a keyboard. She said, "No, I don't fool them."
I don't fool with keyboards. I don't blame you.
But
Me
she
neither.
played.
No, I played the worst pianos in the whole wide world. And finally, when you could get a hold of
A good one?
a good one, honey, you went with it.
Is this mic okay for her?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, you're okay. Okay.
Okay.
She comes to us from North Carolina, and how long did you work at? You worked at Hyatt Regency.
I was at the Hyatt. My Lord, that my resume is unbelievable. You know, I've done everything. Hyatt, Hilton, Regis for 2 years. All kinds of places. Connection.
Mm-hmm.
The Admiral Benbow, all that stuff.
She played all the big ones, and me and Con didn't make too awful much money, but she made the big money. See,
Oh, boy.
one of them high dollar dresses.
Okay, over there at the corner where Con Honey played, I played over there some. Yeah, that's right. Since you mentioned his house, he doing?
He's done good. He's
Okay,
still
good.
playing. He's still working.
Okay, hi, Con.
Hey, you got somebody in Oak Ridge you need to say hi to? Who's watching, Joe?
Joe Henderson, bless his heart, he's familiar with both of you. You grew up together, and he said to tell Ron and David that he loves you.
Well, thank you, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, Joe's a mess, ain't he? He's
Tuned in, dialed up, and he's probably watching us today.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's watching, and
us on
Jack
TV.
and all of them. Yeah, they're watching.
Yeah.
They
Good.
passed it on.
Well, when did you start playing piano? When you was a kid? Or?
Yeah, when I was, just growing up, I just bang on it, and the people next door, they said they'd laughed their heads off because I was in there and they could hear me beating on that piano. And man, I had all kinds of timing, and I didn't know a note from nothing. I was just in there. I mean, I would get nervous when I'd see a piano. I just had to get to a piano. I mean, I had such a passion for it. It was like, woo! The piano. Yeah.
And she was on there. After you did that, though, when did you start playing professional? Was you was married?
After a divorce. Now, see, I played for churches.
Yeah.
Churches before that. And then all of a sudden, I'm out here as a divorcee, and you got to make a living and all kind of stuff. And so I just started entertaining, and I was scared to death because I didn't know anything. But see, I started in a piano bar. Anything I heard, because I played by ear and everything, I could play it. And the tip jar just kept filling. And they'd sing it, and I'd play it. But no, you didn't have no microphones. And one night they brought one in, and I thought, oh, my, you mean I can hardly somebody coming in the door, and I couldn't believe it. So that's how that happened. I started from scratch. And that's how I started it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when you was working with Mr. Walker on the Cas Walker Show, you was working every weekend at either Hyatt Regency or.
Oh yeah, I worked more than that. I worked through the week, and I mean, yeah.
You had to get up early to get on the Cas Walker Show and play every night.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's proper to tell what I told you the other night. Is it or not? I don't know if it is or not, but it was funny.
You did commercials for him.
Yeah, I would do commercials for him. Advertise what's on sale and the cut prices, pick up the morning paper when you. so anyhow, that one. Should I tell this or not?
Well, I guess. I
don't know, Ron. It's not. I didn't
be all right. You go right ahead.
Okay, Ron. Hey, Ron. This is the way it went.
Okay, how'd it go?
I'm up there, and I'm saying, Cas Walker has sausage, whatever I said. I can't remember all that. On sale this week, and it's whatever the price was and everything. And all of a sudden I said, and I picked the sausage up and held it like this, and my brother was watching. He said, "Oh, you ought to embarrass me to death," because I said, and Cas Walker has the biggest sausage in town.
Oh, yeah, that big roll. Okay, yeah. That took me a while to catch it. I've had it a little bit.
There you go.
So we had fun out of it.
There you
What
go.
did Mr. Walker say?
I don't even think anybody paid attention, but I'm sure people did, but nobody said.
He thought you was, well, see, you was Dolly lookalike back then.
Well, yeah, it was unreal.
You were the Dolly. I mean, she really was.
We had a mayor in North Carolina. I was doing the Dogwood Festival thing and the limousines and all the hoop-de-law, you know, and I got in the car with the mayor there. He said, "I don't know when's the last time I saw you. I am so glad." He thought I was her. And we got pictures of it, and it looked just like her because I dressed this deal, you know. And it was.
Did you let him just go on?
Honey?
Did you tell him any different, or did you just let him go
I
on?
can't remember, but they got pictures down at the Allegra printing that we go to, and I swear they still laugh about it and talk about it. Hey, Connie, I want to show you what your mama did talking about me, and it's like, and it was funny. No, he never did know the difference. It was funny, really, it's funny.
But no, you won. They used to feature you as Dolly on a lot of stuff.
Well, I did a lot of like concert things as a Dolly, and then I'd go as Charlene, you see. Mm-hmm. And I traveled through Canada.
She looks like her.
Oh, it looks just like her.
Most like
well, you can see it on that brochure there.
Yeah.
You got the brochure. That's that other one. One of them's brochure for Dolly, and one of them's just brochure for Charlene. That's Charlene. The other one is Dolly. So you can see.
There you go.
So you opened it up, and you got all those pictures. That's it.
My goodness.
Yeah, and
she was the closest thing at that time.
Well, people would say that.
At that time,
people would say, "You're the closest thing to Dolly Parton I've ever seen in my life," you know, and it would just crack you up.
Y'all talked alike, and you.
I mean, see, I didn't have to work on no accent. I automatically had that. It's amazing things. I don't know, and you know, when I met her, she said, "Oh my goodness, we look alike." And I'm thinking, oh my dear Lord. I fought it as long as I could. I went to Fort Lauderdale in the beginning of my, you know, time of entertainment and stuff, and I was sitting at the piano, and some people came in and said, "My God, what is Dolly Parton doing in here?" And I'm thinking, you don't think Dolly would be sitting behind this little piano here, do you? But they didn't know the difference.
Oh, I know. I remember they used you as Dolly in things. They thought, they put her up as Dolly. A lot of people thought she was. Well, you was.
Yeah, but see, when I dressed like her and put the wigs and all the fingernails and all the crap on, you know, then it really turned into Dolly. Now, they even said that, though, when I was just like myself, you know, that other brochure over there, Charlene, they just... "Oh, you look like Dolly Parton. We couldn't go anywhere."
Yeah, you were Dolly.
It was fun.
She was such a... He was... you know how Jordan Foster could sit down with a guitar, and you could sit there, and that's the way she was. She entertained you. She didn't need no bass. She just sat with a piano, and I sat and listened to her.
Oh.
And she didn't need no banjo player, so I just said...
David, that's not true. That's not true.
We'd get up there, Mr. Walker, he'd get us, he'd get us under them hot lights, and he'd be stand by, and he wanted us to play for him. We'd get out of them lights, and we wore three-piece suits back then lots of times. Always wore suits. Tie, that was part of the Cas Walker Show.
Oh.
And I stood there, and you feel that water trickling down your back.
Sweating.
Hoping your paint didn't get wet. And then, just before we had to pick, they had to stand by because it was time for a commercial. And then we'd run out cool a little bit. He'd get back up there, you got to play. He was some guy, wasn't he?
He was. Do you remember the time that about 3 mornings, and you men had to tell him to zip up his, he'd forgotten to zip his pants.
Oh, yeah. Well, what happened is the girl, they had camera girls, and she ran over and somebody said, tell him zip up his pants, So I walked over to the camera girl and I said, have you been putting, she said, oh, yeah. I went out over there she said, I didn't see it. You all told him and said, then I raised the thing up. We told her before we had to go tell him, go ahead and wait till commercial. You come off the stage, zip up your pants, on TV. And I said, did you get that? She said, yeah, I was taking it from his feet up. She said, I didn't raise it up. You come over here and told me his pants unzipped, so I raised it up. And, all that people saw everything, didn't they? I was like, we was talking
you just never didn't know how he's going to come in.
we was talking the other night over at Shoes at Wild Wings. We did a big show at Wild Wings one night, and Charlene was there. She said, we were talking about when Mr. Walker told me sell him T-shirts. They had them little girls, one on each side. They had nothing on T-shirts. I did a thing. Yeah, I did a thing at Historical Center since I've been here too. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was sellout. They had seats, they had little theater seats. $325, $350. They said that. That's how many seats they had up. And look here, Ron. I looked back there when they brought me out to start the show. Well, they introduced us, they done do a little bit of talking and that. They were standing around the walls, and the big door, that big old doors is open, and it looked like they were plumb to the street. They said they turned well, forget how many. That's that thing. So,
did they have a new film? And I know they introduced the book, but they have a new film.
Yeah.
That's great. Hey, let me take a quick break. I got to check in with Jasper. He's live down at Anderson Automotive, so I want to do that right quick. And then we're going to come back and have more from Charlene. And Howard's here, too. He ain't said a word yet.
Did I take your place this morning? Oh, my Lordy.
I do what I do best. Sit here and listen.
Respect, reputation, results. A divorce or child custody case can be very stressful. You need to know your rights. The team of attorneys at Fox & Farley can ensure that your rights are protected and that your children's best interests are taken into account. The Fox & Farley team has years of experience in divorce, juvenile law, and child custody litigation, and will be at your side through every step of the process. Call Fox & Farley today, 457-6440, 457-6440. The team at Fox & Farley.
Are bugs taking over your house? Don't try to fight them on your own. Call Bug Busters and get bug-free. Bug Busters controls termites and other pests, and they do it with green products. They're licensed, bonded, and insured, and they guarantee their results. Need them on the weekend? Just give them a call at 865-456-3795. Interior and exterior services starting at just $30. Stop overpaying for your pest control. Call Bug Busters, 865-456-3795. Tennessee Charter member 5170.
Hey guys, good morning and rise and shine. Jasper Young is down at Anderson Automotive this morning. Hey Jasper, what's going on down there on this Halloween Eve? No, it's not Eve, it's Halloween, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the rain is falling, but the bills are going down here.
All right.
I'm here at Jeremy's office. Jeremy is actually going through an auction right now. He's buying some more cars because he is turning the inventory around. He's getting great deals for people that have credit problems or if they've got a divorce, bankruptcy, whatever it may be. But Jeremy Anderson down here at Anderson Automotive or Bobby Shelton can get you approved, or you can do the pre-approval process. They call me Anderson Automotive. But Ron, we'll be down here at 11 o'clock. We encourage any of the trick-or-treaters that want to get an early start, come on down here. He's got some chocolate Snickers and Twists and Three Musketeers, Starburst. He's got some candy to hand out to all the trick-or-treaters. But
we're of champions.
We're here at Anderson Automotive here on the Boulevard. And, again, you can always call 269-4739 and tell them that you want to go through the WYSH pre-approval process, and he'll get you approved before you even get down here. And they got some good-looking cars. They got some Nissan Roads. They got some economy cars that's good on gas. But give these guys a try there. They've got, like I said, some quality automotive selection down here.
Address 135 Seavers Boulevard, is that correct?
I think that's correct, Ron. So it's right across from Clinton Lakefront Park there.
All right, man. Have a good one, Jasper. We'll talk to you here in a few minutes.
All righty, thanks, sir.
Thank you much. Jasper's live down at Anderson Automotive, 135 Seavers Boulevard, across from the co-op in the park. Stop in and see him, and he'll give you a hug. He can give you something. I don't know. I might get him in trouble. I'll be careful. All right, guys, we're back.
Because she's got a new CD.
What we got?
Well, I've just got a CD of songs there.
This is something that...
I'll tell you what, Ron.
Okay, tell me what.
You want me to talk?
Sure, whatever you want to do.
Whatever. I brought these songs in because they're original songs, and I thought, well, maybe if you would play them, somebody might hear them. Somebody might want to even record them.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know who's
But the first song on there is called Naturally, and at the Hyatt, you mentioned the Hyatt.
Mm-hmm.
Every night, when I'd start to close, I'd say, okay, it's time for Naturally, and everybody would break their necks to get there just to hear that song. And it was the song I literally used every night when I would start to leave wherever I was, and people just went.
It was your closing song?
I did. All this stuff is original.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first song on there is called Naturally, and people just wanted to hear that song.
Okay. Well,
so I'm just passing it on to you.
We'll let them hear it right now on the radio.
Okay, let's play it. Okay.
You want to do that?
Oh, okay.
Let's do that.
It's just piano and me.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
I heard and I wrote it. Someone said just the other day, how can you believe that God is real? I heard someone say just the other day, how can you believe that God is real? And I looked at him and prayed God reveal all that he showed me naturally. And the Lord cares for me. Even when I'm wrong, He will forgive. For all the beauty He lets me see, I follow Him so naturally. As naturally as the flower unfolds petals to the sun.
That was your signature song?
It's just something I wrote, and I'd use it at the end of the...
In the evening?
Of the evening, yeah. Sometimes I'd say, if there's any atheists in the house and you don't want to be in here, you can help yourself out to the hall. But people they wanted to hear that song.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
At that time,
Wore them pretty red dresses. You wore them high-dollar dresses.
What?
You wore them pretty high-dollar dresses. Of course, when you made good money, we didn't make as good as you.
Oh, stop it now, David. I swear
well, it was because of the places where she played. We played the Dragon Inn, and she played the Well, when did you quit playing out professionally like that?
Well, I came down in my back with such pain I couldn't believe it in 2010. I couldn't move. And it stopped me for a while. And then the place I was working there at Fayetteville, North Carolina, it was a historic place, and it was getting old, and the old fella didn't want to mess with it anymore, and they had to close it out. But I was there for some time, and then I couldn't go back to that place, but I continued out at Fort Bragg Officers Club and the country clubs and stuff in town, you know. But that's sort of the way it went.
Yeah.
But I stopped because of my back.
Yeah.
I did well to sit down, much less do anything else. I thought it was totally over, and I really haven't entertained out anywhere since about 2010, I think.
Yeah. Do you play at church or anywhere now, or just?
No, I do not. No.
You still have a piano at home?
Oh Lord, yes. And I love to play close to midnight. Woo! I get in there by myself, and it's just talking. Well, you know, you have a lot of feelings, and you can play it out at that particular time, and it's dark and nobody's around, and the people in the next condo, they can hear me sometimes and different things, you know. But
well, I could tell you it was probably a night owl, because when I say we got to go over here at 10 o'clock, oh, that's so early.
Well, yeah, but I have situations to where I said that, you know. So
I don't know how I got thinking, how did she make Cas Walker Show at 5:30?
Well, hey, wait a minute. We are talking a long time ago. Hey, Ron, what's he talking about? We're talking about a long time ago. What's he talking about?
I have no idea. I'm just here for the party.
Hey,
we're having a party. Trick or treat.
There you go.
Ron's still relative young, and he's still getting up early, so he don't. Me and Ron was watching. We just little bitty.
That's right. We was teeny tiny.
Howard, you know what I'm talking about. David does not know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I reckon I do. I've done it for 9 years. I think I did. Hey, I would have never got up. I've wondered whatever happened to the lady that got me up every morning. She was
the Dunkin' Donuts lady?
Night manager of Dunkin' Donuts. The lady was night manager of Dunkin' Donuts, and she was it was a 24-hour restaurant. Dunkin' Donut was, you know, it stayed open 24 hours. And I told her, I said, ma'am, would you call me at 4:30 every morning? And she, of course, Dunkin' Donuts furnished us our donuts and our coffee and all. You remember that when they furnished us everything? She said, yeah, well, buddy, she was so faithful. I wish I just knew where she's at. I'd take her a big prize right there and give her something. But she was so good, she'd get me up. I mean, I'd come in, of course, I played the clubs too, and spots like she did everywhere. I'd come in, take a shower, put on a 3-piece suit, get in at 1 or 2 o'clock, and I'd lay down flat my back on the bed because nobody had to rock me. Mm-hmm. Just couldn't lay down. I go sound asleep, and that phone is right here by my ear. If it wasn't, I couldn't have got up. She'd ring, David, it's 4:30. And I'd say, well, thank you, ma'am. I'd get up in a good mood because I had to and get rid of all the bad spirits of the night before.
My goodness.
This old man used to tell me, he'd look at me and he won't get up, and he said, it's the morning after the night before.
In other words, it's trickery. It was trick or treat.
Trick or treat, yeah. Yeah. What did you think about Honey Wiles when you worked up there, old Honey?
Well, I could not remember his name. And do you remember me coming out to Ciderville? And it was his birthday, and I dressed up like Daisy Mae, and he didn't know who I was. And we'd been working up there together on the Cas Walker Show, and I had him a gift, and I had him some orange suspenders, and I think he almost cried. Yeah, but we were up there, and I said, I'm going on stage down there at Ciderville, and I walked on that stage as Daisy Mae, and
I remember. I can forget all
do you remember that?
I do now.
And it was like he was looking at me like...
We had his birthday party there.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I got all that on the wall. All those pictures. I had forgot about that.
Yeah.
And it like to tickle him to death because we give him, what was he, 80 or 90?
I can't remember, but I talked to him one time. He said they want me back in Nashville. And he said, I just told him I've already been where I'm going to go. And it wasn't too long after that, I think he went.
Yeah. But anyhow, I had forgot about that. But that was a big birthday party.
Yes, it was.
Him.
Yeah.
And I forgot. You're bringing back old memories. I forgot about that. But Honey Wiles was so humble on that. It was like somebody had never had nothing. And you just don't know how how much I appreciate that. I never had a birthday party.
I know it, and he nearly cried when I gave him that gift. It was like,
He got a pair. I've got pictures of him doing that.
Yeah, you have.
I got the poster where we made it.
I'm sure you have the pictures of all that, yeah. Well, I couldn't remember his name. I've been trying and trying and trying. Thank you.
You know, and Honey was kind of gross. Yeah, that's it. What was that word again?
Cantankerous. Cantankerous.
Yeah. Really. But you would be surprised what would melt him. I would buy a lot of knives. I got a Kiss and Crane knife, and I took it to him. And, he cherished that knife. And he got in the hospital, and Claude Boone went to see him in the hospital. He probably never had nobody went to see him but Claude Boone, probably. And Claude said, I felt sorry for him. He said, Claude, this means more to me, and that's way back there. We're talking about in the 70s. That means more to me if you laid $1,000 bill on my hand after you coming up here to see me. Because he was mad about it. He cussed birds.
He was mad.
He was mad. He was born mad and growed on to it, I reckon. But he did. We had fun with him, didn't we? Yeah. He liked us as good as he could. He likes us as good as he could.
As good as he could.
I guess.
Yeah.
He was.
Howard worked for him.
I know it. Yeah, Howard got to meet Colonel Rob Parker.
Oh, well, I met him. I happened to go in the Dunkin' Donut one night, and it was, I had a friend that worked at the Ricus with me, and he said, he'd call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Charlene, are you still awake? And I said, yeah, I am. I'm talking to you. He said, would you like to go down to the Dunkin' Donut and get a donut? I said, yeah, I'll be on down there. And we go down there, but that Dunkin' Donut shop, one night, Honey was in there. And he said, hey, girl, you know what I'd do if I was younger me? I said, no. I'm thinking, oh, my God. Boy, one of my fixing here said, I'd doll you up and you'd be the sweetheart of Tennessee. I said, okay. So he was just fine.
But he was up in good with Colonel Tom, Colonel Tom was his manager, yeah.
He was his manager. Yes.
Honey made a lot of money at that time. The big show, the big tent shows. He invented
This one started that big tent show Tarpey.
Yeah, he started.
Sure was.
Wow. He's there 19 and a half years.
He played all over the world, overseas and everything. Came up money. Sure did.
I didn't know much about him. I just started working up there at Cas.
Honey wasn't used to people being nice to him. And anything you done for him.
Really?
I mean, he really appreciated it, yeah. Because everybody thought he was so mean and everything. Well, they just don't have to get along with Honey. I mean, he cussed you, just cuss him back. That's what he wanted.
Really? He didn't know what nice was, did he?
No.
And if you got nice, sometimes it'd break him down a little bit, Yeah. But where did he come from? You remember?
Was it Texas?
He was originally out of Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah.
Did he? And he went through a gym up Honey, molasses and honey. He had several parts of it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He outlived him, He went on the Opry. He said he went down and auditioned for the Opry one night. He played, and they never did say nothing to him, but he worked 19 and a half years at the Grand Ole Opry. He come up that tent show, and they just used him. And he was...
Yeah, that's what I said. He told me, he said, the Grand Ole Opry's calling me, wanting me to come back up there, and he said, and I just told him, I'm already done what I'm going to do. He's getting old. He's getting old,
He went and bought him a brand new conversion van, big nice van, and he called it his Wrestle Castle. Fred said, said, you got what's that you got, honey? That's my Wrestle Castle. Said, I'm going to get me a change of drawers and get in that thing, get on that big slab of concrete. I'm going to go somewhere. I got to hear this stuff every morning. It was an exciting life, wasn't it, Charlene? Listen to all that.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Reading all of them up there.
If we wouldn't awake about 10 minutes later after we got there, and sometimes we always had to beating on the door.
And they weren't there yet.
The Stripes was there. They were there, but they didn't open the door. They forgot to open the door, and the Stripes would be on. And if we wasn't there to kick it off, they'd put on pick-up horns. They'd pick that tape in case none of us got to show up on account of snow. It might be we'd have enough to sing. And so we'd hear Fred say, they're playing the theme song. We're sitting there beating on the door, knocking real hard. And they'd run out and open the door and said, You're done on. And I don't know, I guess he just played the theme song for us, and we just run, and you couldn't get your instrument that, just run and start talking. But we're here this morning. We got, we're going to get somebody up here in just a minute. Mr. Walker's coming in the door right now. Mr. Walker, if you will, come on over. And, of course, he's got his microphone. He knows how he used to clip it on him someone. And tell Mr. Walker's fixing to sit down. We just have to talk it out till you get somebody over. Just have to make up words, you know. Mr. Walker's coming through the door, and he's coming right by right now. And while he's doing it, we need to tell you about a show date we got coming up this weekend, you know. If that's the reason you got to have it on. See, when you do live TV, you have to have something ready to go.
I know.
We're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
What are you talking about?
I did this up there. We was on live at 5 and 4, and Bradley and that girl that's on the news, I can't think of her name, they were talking, and it got down to me. Of course, they had more time. I said, I'm going to do a Fred Smith. Hey, what do you got to say about David? I'll be there. All Fred that time. You got about 10 seconds, Fred. What are you going to say? They come to him, I'll be there. That's all you have to say. They talk all the time.
That's it. That's all I need to say. Yeah. I'm going to take another quick break. We're going to check in with Jasper here in just a moment. He's down at Anderson Automotive. This is Wish Radio. Ask your neighbor. David West, Stars and Stories, the Cas Walker Show.
At Rusty Wallace Chevrolet in Clinton, we want to trade your way.
Check out these deals that you can only find at Rusty Wallace Chevrolet.
Up to $12,000 off 2019 Silverado.
What else?
No payments until 2020.
How about up to $5,000 over KBB for your trade?
And proceeds from every sale this month will go to the American Cancer Society.
So find new roads to Rusty Wallace Chevrolet or visit us online at RustyWallaceChevrolet.com.
Trade your way with us, because at Rusty Wallace Chevrolet, Chevy's cost less.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
You have too much invested in your home to let water damage cause problems, and it can indeed cause problems. Mold, foundation failure, and structural damage. There's a company right here in East Tennessee that can take care of the problem, and they guarantee it. DryTech has the experience and knowledge to fix leaky basements and crawl spaces. Call DryTech today at 865-410-1077. DryTech never charges for estimates, and they're very cost-effective compared to the competition. DryTech's customers can tell you about the quality of the work. Billy says he and his wife, Christy, couldn't be happier with the results in their crawl space. Dennis says DryTech's workers were trustworthy and efficient. And Hunter says, good people, great work. If you have problems with water getting into your basement or crawl space, don't delay. Call DryTech today, 865-410-1077, or go online, thedrytech.com. Mention this ad, get $250 off. Remember, the estimates are free, the work is guaranteed. DryTech, the Knoxville area's premier basement waterproofing contractor, 865-410-1077. DryTech is a veteran-owned business.
Back with Jasper Young. He is live at Anderson Automotive here in Clinton. Good morning, Jasper.
Good morning, Ron. We're wrapping up 2 hours here at Anderson Automotive. I mean, the deals are so spooky. They're having to get online to buy more cars from the auction. But I got Mr. Bobby. Bobby, I want to say thank you for having WYSH out here to help you on this Halloween day.
Hey, thank you so much. We appreciate y'all coming out. One thing I do want to mention, Jeremy Anderson, the guy that owns the place here, he's a little bit squeamish about getting on the radio. So I want to invite all his friends up from the father where he grew up at, come down and check him out. He's doing great here. We really appreciate him. Another thing I want to mention is the type of cars that we have. We have some great cars. Jeremy goes the extra mile to wind up getting the best car we can for the money. We get them checked out through the mechanics before they ever leave the auction. We have great cars. We want everybody to be able to get a great car, come out, be able to buy something affordable, something that can suit their family. We want you to be happy. We really appreciate everybody's business that comes out and all the people that came in before here in the last couple of months, the last couple of weeks. We want to thank everybody. We appreciate y'all.
Right, and what is the phone number for the WYSH pre-approval process? I think that's 269-4739. Is that correct?
That's it. Give us a call. Come on down. We'd love to see you.
All right, Ron. Well, we appreciate you pushing all the buttons.
All right, brother. See you, Jasper. See you in a bit.
All righty, thank you.
Bye-bye. Anderson Automotive, 135 Seavers Boulevard here in Clinton. All right, back to David West, Stars and Stories at the Cas Walker Show. Charlene, what song are we going to play here?
Number 8.
Number 8, what's it called?
The Old Town Drunk. It's a true story. When I was about 15 or 16 years old, I remember it good.
We won't tell who's it's about, though, will we?
No, it's really a story about this.
Well, tell us a little bit about
Turn it on, Ron.
Okay, I'll turn it on, then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah,
okay?
we will.
Okay.
Once I knew a man, an old town drunk. He had no friends that I knew of. Years went by, I remember well. Till one day something changed him, and here's the tale. He'd walk the streets sometimes, day and night. Kids and folks would laugh at his very sight. 'Cause sometimes they'd find him lying on the street. He didn't know nothing but defeat. All the good folks had gathered, we might say, shouting at the altar back in those days. But standing in the rain outside in need, the old man staggered in and fell to his knees. I heard someone whisper, well, he's drunk, who let him in? They ought to throw him out, he's so deep in sin. But that old drunk got salvation that night, never drank again. He was changed no matter how bad he'd been. No one believed him, he still seemed strange, 'cause he'd tell about Jesus wherever he went. Some thought him crazy, they didn't understand. They'd say nothing can change a man like that. He carried his cross until the day he died, 'cause lots of folks questioned, was he changed inside? He'd just say, try it sometime. He never got mad. He was a giant of a man, and I remember him well, 'cause you see, he was my dad. I was blind, but now I see.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's the story behind it right there.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So you were asking all these questions, and
He just answered it.
Yeah,
the song answered it all.
Exactly right.
Where was this at? I mean, where did he live?
Well, he just lived around in, we called it Newtown where we lived, and we went to Holston Chapel Methodist Church, and we was having revival. And the old man, this is what happened. The old man was trying to get past the church and go up into the up the way, you know, where the bootleggers were. And he'd start to get past there, and he couldn't. And he'd start again, and he couldn't. And you know the story, because he got some under conviction or whatever. And he came in that church seriously, and he was drunk as a skunk, and that's the story tells it. I mean, that's the truth. That was a true story, except it was not my dad. It was just a part of a song, you know. But the whole story other than that that's what happened.
It was a town that had another Otis Campbell, just like Mayberry.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, he was pitiful.
Yeah.
Pitiful. Yeah. Hey, I got a lot of gospel songs on there that's good.
Okay.
That's all.
You want to play another one? We'll play another.
All.
We'll play some more of this.
You just let me know.
Yeah, it's bad that people get
Say
a hold
what?
I said it's bad that people get less alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
Get a hold of them and
I know it just
destroys the whole family.
But it does not do just for the person that's on it. Yeah. It destroys the whole family, like you said, because your heart's so involved, and you become the enabler, and you do a lot of things, don't you?
Yeah. You know, we talked about you. Where was you born at? Was you born at?
I was born in Knoxville.
Knoxville? And then you lived down here below?
My sister lived down here off of Emory.
Right.
Yeah, and she lived out in there, and we come down there to the place where, Sauterville.
Yeah.
And we come down there sometimes, but she's around me all the time. She just died 2 years ago, and I thought I was going to die, and I lost my daughter, one of my daughters. I have Connie with me today. And those two girls, when they were little, Connie and Sherry, they sang on the Cas Walker Show, and he remembered them.
Did he?
Yes, he did. Do you remember Charlene? Well, she had two little girls. You know how he talked.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally remembered that when I started.
He did have a good remembrance. Mr. Walker could remember everything. He could remember things with people. He was really a people person.
Sure.
Okay, now how did you wind up dinner? Is that where you live, close to the Hendersons, or?
No. And I did not know anything about any of you all knowing each other. I knew you and Joe and all of them knew me, but we didn't know you and I. We did not know there was any connection in any way.
Now, where's your husband? Was he down? Which way? Was he Knoxville or down?
He was from Byington or in that area somewhere.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. I was thinking that y'all was met. Yeah. Some way you was connected there.
Yeah, somehow. And then, of course, I became acquainted with the family after I married him, and stuff like that.
Did you live down in Byington, or where did you live?
I lived right there in, they called it Newtown. It's closer to the East Town Mall right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you was married, that's where you lived.
Yeah, well, that's,
I thought somebody was from Bankton in there, because it's somewhere back in my, that Charlene C. and them was from there, or something was from there. Now that's what it was.
Yeah.
I understand now what it was, because I talked to Joe about you even when you were over in North Carolina.
Have you been talking about me? Was it good?
Yeah, I talked to. Well, I don't know where we need to go into that right now. Not that we'll.
Was it gossip?
Well, it could have been grapevine.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
It was something, yeah.
It was okay. It was good. You were talking about me. At least you were talking about me.
Everybody on the TV loved you. Everybody thought you was the greatest thing, because you sang good and you play good, and Mr. Walker thought the world of you. I remember they just throw the piano out every morning, they'd come get that piano and roll it out. For Charlene, she'd be right in front of us. We'd sit there and we had to do something to live, We had to talk. Mr. Walker, sometimes he wouldn't just do but 2 songs on an hour and a half.
Talk the rest of the time.
On an hour and a half, we wouldn't do 2 songs.
Well, wait a minute. That's how he got rich, was all that grocery store and stuff.
I know. He made all that. He wasn't worried about us entertaining. He was worried about getting that money.
Who needs a song? Who needs a musician?
We had more fun, I guess.
Yeah, we did. Over in the corner,
Yeah, over in the corner.
Red, and I don't think Fred was with us, but at the time I was there, but Red and all of them,
Yeah, Danny, Honeywell.
Yeah, Lord.
And the things that we'd get, do, and talk about, get fan mail. We get a lot of fan mail, a little bit.
Well, I never did see the fan mail. You saw all of that, see? That's why you can talk about me.
Yeah, we get the fan mail. I told on this one, though, but we got, I saw Creed Daniels. He was with us the other night. I told us before, it might be somebody might heard, but Creed was over at Wild Wings with us, Ray Hand, and we had a big show. And Ray, I was telling Ron this before we went on there, Ray Hand took a picture of us on his phone playing and sent it to Peyton Manning. He said, "Look here, I'm sending Peyton something." He come up on stage and said, "Look what I'm doing, David Earl." And I'm sending Peyton Manning, you all playing, and Creed. And we had Glory Bell was before and after you. She was in there off and on. And Glory Bell would sing, and Glory Bell, she was one of us, but she didn't act like us. I mean, she didn't have as much fun as we did, but anyhow, we got her to do, I don't know, we'd send her own request in, just aggravating each other. Wanted to do Roses of Snow, and she done it 9 times. Every morning we'd get her somebody to write it in. We just do stuff like that to each other. Get Glory Bell do Roses of Snow, or they'd send it down from upstairs. We'd give it one of them officials up there.
The National
National Weather Service in Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Knox County, Anderson County, southeastern Campbell County, Union County until 11:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 10:57 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Clinton, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Oak Ridge, Clinton, Maynardville, Oliver Springs, Plainview, Rocky Top, Norris, Luttrell, Norris Dam State Park, and Andersonville. Prepare immediately for damaging winds. People outside should move immediately to shelter inside a strong building. Stay away from windows.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, we're back?
We're back. Got a story coming, evidently.
Anyhow, I was telling about Glory Bell. We sent each other requests. And Creed being over at Wild Wings, we got to talk about some of that stuff. And somebody sent in every morning, maybe I done it one morning, Red or Fred, and do Roses of Snow, or we'd tell somebody out there, be sure and tell her you want your Roses of Snow, and you go over and tell her. Well, she thought that was, she ought to record it, because everybody's wanting to hear it. You know? and Creed Daniels saw it, of course he watches him show it every day. He's a lawyer and a judge at that time, and he sent a law letter in and said, to whom this may concern, I'm putting charges on the TV station, and this girl singing said, my TV's hung up on roses in the snow every morning, so I took it to the TV shop, and he said, not nothing wrong with the TV, it's just that girl singing that same old song over. And he said, I think somebody ought to pay this $60 that it cost me, and he just made it up. He just joined the club and started throwing in his nickel worth. And they read it to her and said her life, and like we would, she got mad. I don't know who he thinks he is. I don't care if he is a judge or blah, blah, blah. So it turned around, but if we found something that somebody didn't like, Red Rector, him and Skeeter Davis didn't get along very good. We play shows, we opened for Skeeter, and she was always, one time she asked Red, said, me and Red and Fred was opening to call Sam up, and she said, would you all cut yours short and hurry up and do it? Said, my little dog's resting. She had her little dog. That little dog bothered Red about like that. Another flea with a dog, you know. He said, what about that cut short for that old dog? He said,
dogs are important, you know.
I know it.
He didn't cut short. He didn't cut short, did he? No.
I got to tell, I probably told Ron this, but we was standing there and they had free hot dogs and we was eating, and this had to go on. Right that, you know, you had to go on. Television, you got to go when they say go. It's some kind of cooking show or something. And Red instead of eating a hot dog, he had about 2 bites of it off, and they said, stand by, and Red didn't want to give it a hot dog, and he just pushed it off. Red looked over, I don't believe, he called him Baby Dumpin'. I don't believe Baby Dumpin's going to sing on the theme song. We was down there in the jaws, take that chewing on it. We'd pick up the board of paper and hit the street. I mean, some of the stuff we'd do.
Well, I remember Red, you know, he had that little
mandolin, he tickled it all down.
I mean, he was right up your high, you know. Yeah. He was good.
And he'd stand there, he'd be talking to you, and he's tickling on that mandolin.
Yeah.
And he'd walk out when we'd talk, when he'd tell about a show, you know, he'd tickle a little bit. Sometimes he knew it was bothering him, he'd put it under his arm. Him and Honey Wilder carry him under his arm. Honey called his a chili dipper. I got my little dipper, that made my chili dipper over there.
What's so interesting about that, David, is if you're a big person and you got that little instrument and it's like you're just hugging it, you know.
Oh, Honey was a great big guy, you know. He was big. And his hand was big, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He
had a hand to make me look little.
He played that old thing, and looked like he had a hand flopping on it.
He did every string. He was one of the, I thought he was one of the best. I walked up there.
I never seen anybody beat him on one of them.
I said,
man.
I said, Honey, you're one of the greatest ukulele players I ever saw. Well, you ain't hood with me. I know a guy better than me.
Oh, did he say that?
He told me who the guy was. I didn't
Oh.
And he'd do something to try to mess you up if he thought he could, you know. I first went to work, he said, we're going to do one called Roses is a Piccadilly. Well, I still can't play it. I don't even know what it was. I couldn't even pronounce it. And he done it just to mess me up. So
well, look how great you are on your instrument. Are you kidding?
Well, no, I didn't know that. But he played Roses of Piccadilly. Well, I couldn't even pronounce it, and I had to do something with it. But I'm on TV. I can't say I can play. And I looked over Red and I said, you take it next, and I'll follow you. So,
hey, it's interesting what happens behind closed doors. And people don't know what's going on, and things are going wrong, and you don't even know it.
I know it. So Red played it, and he did. By the time he done it, I thought, well, I'll just give it some hornpipe. And I just went, I done stuff that they didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't either, so I got through it. And he said, I'll tell you right now, there ain't many people would play that. I didn't tell him I couldn't either. I was horrified that he didn't know what was going on. But there was a lot of things. And we could have such a good time. Us standing there talking low, you know, we was out there where we could talk low. We could talk. And Mr. Walker over there doing commercials. If he did say do something, we didn't know who was going to do it next. We didn't know who was going to do it.
We didn't know what was going to take place.
No, we didn't.
No, that's
what you say, Mr. Walker? Music up next, right? You play. I mean, we didn't care if we all wore out.
Nobody would believe it, would they?
They wouldn't believe it.
He had his own thing going in his mind, and then all of a sudden he'd stop and say, hey, you do something. Sort of thing, you know. Yeah. That sort of thing.
Whoever he saw, it's never been it's never been. But that girl up, bro.
That's what he would do. Yeah, that's what he do. Yeah.
However he wanted to do it. And then she go sit down at the piano. Before she played, I want to tell you about this coon dog. Somebody stole my coon dog, and I got to tell you about that. Now, I'm not the dicker in politics, but I don't want you voting for old so-and-so.
Is that what he would say?
Yeah, he tell you. He tell you bad.
And he had that to paper.
Yeah. Oh, we had to read that.
What was that paper?
Watchdog.
Nobody wanted to hear that they were going to be in the Watchdogs.
Oh, yeah. And if he had you in there, he'd show you. We got, now, this guy's probably a good guy, but he wrote me a bad check. Here's his picture, and hold up and zoom in on it. You know? And then he called the name, and he gets sued. Of course, he liked that. He liked to be sued, so that you would not publicity. Well, now he got a bad check and a lawsuit too. But now we're going to try that lawsuit. And sometimes it's going to settle. No, you ain't going to settle out of court. I want to hear this case.
Oh my goodness! I didn't know all that. That's interesting.
Yeah. He was a character. They showed it on a new movie last Thursday night. We're going to try this case. And they offered to settle out. No, I'm not going to settle out of court. We're going to get a grand jury. See, he liked to do that. He liked to get in court and argue.
He liked to argue.
Yeah. I asked him. I drove him around. I drove for him and I said, Mr. Walker, don't it bother you to get sued like that? No, I like it. That's what I like to do. I like to get up there and show him my stinger's sharp.
Wow.
He wanted to show him he could beat him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
He was like a game with him. He wanted to show you you can't do me that way. But he just wanted to. That's why he stayed up on everything, showing you he could do it. It was the biggest thing, showing you what he could do and how he could do for Cas Walker. He wanted to show you he was on Cas Walker's side. See, Cas Walker was his image, and he was going to show you, I represent him, and he can beat you. And that's why he looked at things. I studied him real hard for years when I drove with him, and I was in business with him, and I traveled with him, and I picked for him, and I was around him a lot. You know, I probably was closer to him than anybody on the face of the earth during my period of time. I'm sure I was, because he trusted me 100%, and I did him. And that's just the way it was. He had to show you that he wanted you to know that Cas Walker could do it. He worked for Cas Walker. So that's the way it went.
Wow. What about
it? It was so good. The things that
He was very unusual. You're a very unique human being, yeah.
What's the most unusual place you ever played at, sung at? What was the most exciting place? Can you remember?
Exciting? Oh, Lord. Well, I'll tell you what made things exciting was the people and the audience, and stuff. I just had a good time with people. See, I never drank or anything. And they'd say, she's drunker than anybody. And they said, you're crazy. She's hoodlum. But, I mean, I just had fun with the people at the moment, or who knows what's the best thing. I don't know. I had fun with people wherever I went. The people's what make an entertainment.
What were your favorite places in Knoxville to play?
Well, the Regus was outstanding, you know. And, of course, the Hyatt. And, I mean, an Admiral Bend, anywhere there were people that were paying attention and loving what I was doing and enjoying it, that's where it was exciting for me.
Did you like it better at Regus because it was smaller? It's kind of
it felt good. You know, it's a 5-star restaurant. It felt good. A lot of people that I didn't know from the other places went into the Regus. Like, you know, I got acquainted with more higher people, like the butchers and all the people, Jim Bales and stuff like that. People like that came in, and so. I just, you know, that's how it went.
Did you ever play where it was a flop or what was your worst moment in music? Can you remember that?
Oh Lord, I really don't know. Sometimes. I don't know what number it is.
I'll find it here right quick.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I got a feeling. No, I don't know. The pianos, if they were bad, that was a bother.
Out of tune? You ever had to play one out of tune?
I've played every kind of piano. Some of them didn't even have the ivories.
Really?
Lord, not even so much a professional, but I've had to sit down at pianos and I'm thinking, and you have to try to make it sound good, you know. And people say, how are you making that darn piano sound that good? And I'm thinking, well, I have no idea. I'm just playing the thing, you know. But seriously.
Did you ever play a place and they didn't pay you or the check was bad?
Oh, yes. It was called The Connection.
Okay.
We've all had those.
And I had played there about 2 weeks, and I went for my check, and they were closed up, and I went after them. I was fought, my sister and I, and we found out where they were, and I said, you know, we need to call so-and-so to come out here and check this place out. I mean, doing stuff like that. I mean, you could hear them running all over the place, and they just cheated you out of money. No! People do bad things. And you can't even understand how they're able to do that, see?
You know, somebody asked me that question this past week, I guess it was, said, it might have been Ray or somebody said, do you ever get nervous when you walk up on stage to play? I said, no, there ain't but one thing ever makes me nervous. He said, what? I said, that may go have my money ready when I get through here.
Well, I think that's the only place that I ever got cheated out of my money.
I never did get much of that. I had one way or the other I could go get it because I know somebody in politics. I played for an awful lot of politicians.
See, that's it, yeah.
And I'd call a higher up politician and say, so-and-so down the line, maybe on down 4 steps, didn't pay me. We'll see that you get your money, Mr. West. The only one thing that I did that really got me, I mean, that they really took me was back when we had the limousine and we were playing at least 350 shows a year. Mm-hmm. And very seldom I ever had a contract. We just played for people like the Butchers and, and other people that was acquainted with the Butchers, and they just called me and they'd say, Mr. West, are there any way you could do a wedding for us or a party? I'm a friend of Jake's. He told me to call you. Well, normally that's going to work because they're going to, and he was, and said some of them going to be there. They know if they want to know anything, you call one of them and ask them, and they'll say, yes, it's okay. But in Gatlinburg, and we played loads of plays, the Sun Sphere, we played all over Gatlinburg, all over it.
Oh, wow.
And one day a guy called me from a big motel up there, I forgot which, I know where it's at, I forgot the name of it, but they said, would you do a show here like maybe the 19th or something, 2 weeks off? And I checked my calendar and I said, yeah, we could do it was on Sunday, because Sundays is days I had most of the openings was on Sunday. And so we loaded up and drove up there, and I went in, and we just drive up on those dates. I was real accurate. Boy, I didn't miss a day. I was always accurate on everything. Yeah. And I drove up, went in, they didn't know what I was talking about. I don't know whether it was somebody there did that, or it might have been another bunch of musicians just wanted to pull a trick on us, you know, or it could have been somebody just, I don't know what it was. That's the only time, and I answered that for a little while. If I didn't know you, I'd make you give me a contract. But I soon got off that too, so I hardly ever get it even now. It's just a show, and if you miss it, well, maybe you don't need no help. Hey, as many as I'm playing right now, let's see, Friday, well, after today, it'll make me 24 shows this month, so it don't make any difference to me. Wow. Now, the whole band didn't work with me on every one of them, but I had worked some of them.
You're as busy now as you ever were, right?
I played a lot of them.
How are you doing that?
But that's just very low to what I used to do way back. Wow. But, you know, we do weddings, and we had weddings this month. We've had all kinds of, we played a lot of things this month. And, you know, after a while, we got playing funerals. People like music now.
Yeah, I've played for funerals and weddings. Ooh, yeah.
This one woman wanted 16 songs done by 16 different people. The Holly Gamble here, and I did it. 16. You had to do 16 songs with 16 people and put on 3 preachers. And I told the preacher, I said, you get to sing the song 3 minutes each. I timed it out. And I said, now, nobody can do a song in 3 minutes, so you got to cut them to 2.5. But I'm going to run you fast. And I did get it all on. I might have run an hour and 5 minutes, but it was really, really close.
Commissioner Tim Isbell just sent me a message, said that he used to deliver your paper when you all lived in Newtown. He went to Hostin Chapel.
Who's that?
He's a county commissioner here. His name is Tim Isbell. And he said he used to deliver y'all's paper.
Oh, my Lord, that's funny. Oh, my gosh, is that funny?
Isn't that something?
Right.
Small world.
Oh, well, how nice is that he would contact us up here like that. That's so nice.
You remember, the one and only Charlene C.
The one and only, right. My next door neighbor one time saw me at the Cracker Barrel and said, well, there's only one Charlene C., and there she is.
They would. I mean, people that didn't see your show or didn't see, they missed out. I tell them, they really did. She was a barrel of fun. I mean, when she walked out, got on a piano, you got entertained. She started right then, entertainment.
I went to, I worked at the beach a lot and the Hiltons and everything, but I was working in this place and I just had a surgery, and I'm fine, you know. So I head for Myrtle Beach because they called on me. It's a place that all this noise was going on and all these people. And so it's this big old grand piano, which I just love to have a place like that. So I go in, and it's the people saying, they were hollering at each other, shut up. She is so funny. And so anyhow, and I worked, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, 1 o'clock came, and I'm with the surgeon, I'm thinking, I'm not as well off as I thought I was. And I'm like going this way. And then 2 o'clock, I'm thinking, if 2 o'clock don't get here, I'm going to drop dead. And I got in a motel, and I laid there, and I'm thinking, I'm as close to death as I've ever been because I couldn't recuperate because of the situation. You know, so sometimes you push things a little bit too fast. Yeah. But I wasn't going to pass that big old grand piano.
Good Faye.
Yeah, that Good Faye, that's right.
Why don't we play this? What is it? It's I've Got a Feeling.
I've got a feeling, that's good. It's about people, so.
All right, let's take a listen to it. Good morning, everybody. This is Ask Your Neighbor, David West, Stars and Stories of the Cas Walker Show.
I've got a feeling we're gonna make it. It won't be long till we'll be home to our home over yonder. I've got a feeling we're going home. Well, I've got a feeling night or morning we'll see our Jesus burst clouds of glory. We'll be leaving without a warning. We'll say goodbye to a world of mourning. Well, I've got a feeling we're gonna make it. It won't be long till we'll be home to our home over yonder. I've got a feeling we're going home. I wonder what we'll be doing when we hear him call our names. But it won't matter, 'cause at that moment he'll take his children from their graves. We've been waiting, it seems forever, but he promised we'd see his face. And I look forward to a great reunion with our loved ones in a better place. Well, I've got a feeling we're gonna make it. It won't be long till we'll be home to our home over yonder. I've got a feeling we're going home. To our home over yonder. I've got a feeling we're going home. I've got a feeling we're going home.
Charlene, did you teach yourself to play piano?
Yeah. How could you tell? You could tell.
No. You just said you played by ear, and I just figured you probably just picked it up. How did you... what made you want to teach yourself to play the piano?
Well, my granddaddy had a piano in the house, and I couldn't stay away from it. Like I said earlier, the people next door, they were musicians, and I would sit at my picket fence and listen, and I would just daydream about one day I'm going to be so wonderful. And they're going to say, she is so wonderful. She is so wonderful because she's playing that piano. I would daydream as a kid. And I would go in there, and I'd just beat around on it, and that's when they said they could hear me over there just beating on that piano. I had a lot of timing, but I was just beating on that time.
You was in rhythm. You just couldn't
I had a passion like you can't believe. I just had such a passion. And then later when I learned to play, I'd see a piano in place and I would get so nervous. It's like, oh my God, I've got to get to that piano, that piano, that piano. Yeah.
I must have made you nervous because you're playing. You're nervous because you couldn't get to it.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that piano. And when I taught Connie and Sherry to sing, they didn't even like the piano later because they said, Mama, you play all the time. Because I was on the piano too much. But that's how it goes. You know, I gave them lessons for like 10 years to the best of a man, and all of a sudden they were in there trying to find the note, and you're in the kitchen, and it's like, there's the note, there's the note, there's the note.
Couldn't take it, huh?
How long did they sing?
Oh, they sang for years. Until I got a divorce, and they never sang anymore after that, you know.
They ended that too, huh?
Everything ended, and you had to turn around and start
over
in another direction. That's how it goes.
All right. Well, looks like about time to sum up, David.
About time to close it down, David.
Yeah, look,
we'd like to thank all the people that came out to Wild Wings this past Monday night.
So it's full up, huh?
They had a big show, big time. We had a lot of guests. Special guest John and Sherry was there, and of course we had CJ was there, Big Mike, Chicken Man, Randy Otts, Aaron Otts, David West. That's when I woke up, and then we had some more. Oh, we had a new Claudia was there, and she brought a new banjo picker down. He come down and played 15-year-old real good. He did real well, and hope I don't miss anybody. We had it was just a humdinger show. Joyce Moore's and a harmonica player showed up. So we had a big band. Ray Hen said, my goodness, what a band you got up there. I said, what is a band like this called? He said, you know, Ray had us to, I told him before, but he had us to play at his warehouse. It seemed like I'd get a block or two long. His warehouse is. He owned Eagle Distributing. Mm-hmm. And in Memphis, and here he's a real wealthy guy, but he scooted his beer over 2 ways and put us. I think he sold tickets maybe for 350 or 400 people. He put in between it in one of the warehouses, and that's what we had for walls was beer all the way around us.
Stacks of beer.
He had seats and everything, but I guess what he had the Con Huntley Band, another band, David West Band, Kenny Chesney, and Jason D. Williams. So I don't know what tickets were. They probably was expensive.
Big show.
I mean, he let us play for free. No, he let us in. No, seriously. It was a scholarship thing, and for St. Daniels, and he's actually passed away. And then he fed you got to eat Zane's favorite food, shrimp and Crystal hamburgers. That was Zane's favorite. Crystal hamburgers and shrimp. So
oh my gosh.
We was talking about that, and Ray just goes all out when he gets around you like that. He starts getting really into it. He just loves music. He's had us at his house, and I remember Bruce Pearl's been there with us. Peyton that sang, Con, Jason Diaz is outside.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever saw him?
Never have.
He said, he's showing us pictures of Jerry Lee now. And he said, Jason D is the best I've ever heard. David, I said, he is me too. I've never heard nothing to do as many tricks and things as he can do, you know.
Oh, my.
He's just far out. He's better than his daddy, I think. But what I know about it, I just know good pianos like Charlene. I don't know. I don't know what bad are. I know.
Well, see, I appreciate you saying things like that.
Okay, you're one of the best. You're the best we ever had on the Cas Walker Show.
Oh, give me 5, baby. And Connie said that's not the way you do it. You do it this way now.
Oh, okay. Well, just so we cover both bases.
There you go. You got everything covered.
I don't miss out on nothing.
The National Weather Service in Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Knox County, northwestern Jefferson County, southwestern Granger County until noon Eastern Daylight Time. At 11:24 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Knoxville, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Knoxville, Plainview, New Market, Strawberry Plains, Halls, Blaine, House Mountain State Park, Bolognaville, Mascot, and Powell. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Okay, now it's somebody.
Are we back on? We need to tell everybody about tomorrow now. It's going to be Martin Day at Ciderville.
Big day tomorrow.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't get too high. We got Martin people coming in and putting free strings on. If you bring your guitar and your flat top guitar, bring it in, they put you on a free set of strings that starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, goes up to closing or whatever time they get through, and it'll probably be closing, I'm pretty sure. And we want everybody to be there. Bring your guitar. It don't have to be a Martin. It can be any kind of sort of flat top. They do a flat top guitar.
Okay.
That's tomorrow. Martin Day at Ciderville, so everybody plan on being there.
What time you getting started? What time is it getting started? 10 o'clock.
Opening up time.
Going until?
Go right on in. Just sign your name up when you come in so you get in line.
Okay.
We say first come, first.
Are they picking or just doing strings?
Oh, yeah. They got a Nashville store, and I had that guy's name wrote down. Jason something, really super picker.
I'm going to try and bring, I got to pick the boys up from school tomorrow. I'm going to try.
He's a real young guy, but they say he's dynamite. He'll be sitting there picking with you, and then I want to try to have a table back there in the seats where you sit there and watch him and talk to him. As he puts the strings on, he explained it and talks about Martins and all. It'd be interesting. Be a lot of class on it.
Twins have decided, Jacob's decided he's going to play fiddle.
Eddie?
And James Davis decided he's going to play guitar. And that's all well and good, except neither of them know how. You got to be at my house in the evenings.
Have you got a cat?
No, but it sounds like I do.
I know it looks. You've got a fiddle. You don't want the cat there. When you got a fiddle, they get upset with them meows and wows and howls.
I got a fiddle from you. I don't know. It's been years ago. One of them inexpensive ones, I think, is $99. It wasn't much, but I've had it. I don't think I've ever even had it out of the case. And Jacob decided he was going to play it, but the rosin had hardened. He said, we can
handle that.
Yeah, I need to come get him some. So.
Wish you told me. I brought you one.
I didn't think about it, or I would have.
We've got, it's going to be a big day now. Good Lord willing, tomorrow will be 10 o'clock all day long. We'll everybody be there. And we're doing television this Saturday night, 2 shows. We're filming. When everybody comes down wants to be on it, it's another Cas Walker Show.
I'm going to have boys bring their fiddle and guitar. Let him suffer through it a little bit.
You heard what I said. I play nothing anymore.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't got no piano.
No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you said when you started out on some of them clubs and stuff, you had playing without ivories.
Well, I didn't so much that, but I have been on those kind of pianos.
Well, I saved the ivory off one.
They didn't work as good. And just anything you had to do. The show must go on.
You couldn't tickle the ivories that night, could you?
No, you can't do much with no ivories.
All right, guys, we'll be back.
Come back and see us. We're glad to have Charlene with us.
Well, all we want to do is say, Happy Halloween, everybody. Say it together.
Happy Halloween, everybody. There we go. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.
Hi, folks. Rob Henry here with Farmhouse Furniture. We are one of the largest custom furniture makers in East Tennessee, and we'd like to invite you to our showroom in Clinton. We're on the main road that connects Clinton and Oak Ridge, and we build all styles of furniture: Amish, farmhouse, French country, modern, and industrial farmhouse. Don't pay a West Knoxville price. Just drive 20 minutes to Clinton and save. Buy real hardwood